Alright, here I am back with another FPS game tutorial, and in this tutorial I thought that we should make this a player class a little bit better. Okay, I think about doing like things like jumping, so I write it down here. So jumping, sprinting, so if I press the shift key I sprint, and one more is like whenever we move the camera up and down, so like when we are walking we not completely static, we don't completely statically holding our head, but actually a little bit, you know, go up and down as you walk. So similar effect, so walking thing. Okay, so let's get started. Now I don't have a cheat sheet right here, so I will improvise. So I hope I will not fail miserably, but that might happen, and in this case you will not see this tutorial because I will delete it. So if you see it, probably I will succeed. Alright, so let's start with the jumping. Okay, I will make actually a boolean values for jumping, although we don't really need boolean values for jumping, but we need a, let me just delete this, a function called jump or set jump. So let me make that void set jump, and this will make our player jumping. So in the game file, whenever we press the space key, we will jump. So actually we will call the set jump function. So let's try to implement this set jump function first of all. So let's go to player.cpp and just implement it right here. So player : set jump. Okay, first of all, in order to make the set jump, we have to check if we are on the ground. If we are not on the ground, we will not want to jump, obviously. So if is ground, so if the player is on the ground, not in the air somewhere, I believe we have a boolean values like that, is ground with not capitalized G. Okay, so if we are on the ground, we can jump. And although I said in one of the earlier tutorial, then if we change this direction y value to a bigger value, we will go up temporarily. So try to do that. So direction dot y and make it equal to, I don't know, 5. We will see if it is too big, too small, or it has completely no effect. We will see. Okay, and actually make the isGround equal to false immediately. Okay, I am wondering if this isGround variable set to false in here, wherever. Yeah, it's set to false whenever we are not on the ground. Perfect. Okay, and I believe we are finished. Now we have to just call this set jump function from the game.cpp file. So if the space is pressed, so SDL key down and switch event.key.keysim. Okay, and here case SDLK underscore space, I believe so, for the space. So whenever we press the space key, we set the player 1 jump. So player 1 set jump. Right, and I make a break right here. Although yeah, I could make a break, it's not necessarily right there since I would escape and exit anyway from this switch. Okay, so let me try to compile this. So every CPP file with the SDL and GL flags. Okay, waiting. Okay, it compiled without a problem, and let's test it out. So here I am, and press the space. Okay, it has absolutely no effect. So why is that? So I go back here, and maybe we should try to use a bigger value like 500 and see if it has an effect. If it still not has an effect, then we screwed up something, obviously. So compiling, running, here are at the screen. Okay, not running. Set jump, so is it not calling? So if it is a space, then we set jump. I should write out something right here if it is actually writing something to the screen. So std cout and just write out jump 1 and std end line, and inside this if, oops, and inside this if I will write out jump 2, so we will see if this actual direction y thing actually called, right? So if it is not called, then obviously it has no effect. Waiting, running, jumping. Okay, the jump one is called, but jump 2 is not. So the problem is right here, where the is ground is 2. Something problem is here, but what? So if the get location, so if the new location is higher than the previous location, then we are on the ground. Okay, I am actually not sure what the problem is, but for example, let's try to write out. So cout and write out these two things. So the get location and the new get location and the new location. I was pretty sure that it was supposed to work. Std endline, and we can see that oops, wrong button. So if it is actually it should what it, so it is what it should be. So right now I am on the ground and the 2 is exactly the same. Why the 2 is exactly the same? I'm not sure about that. So let's get back here. Really not sure about that. So we get the location right here at the direction. Oh, that's alright. And then okay, I go offline a bit and write out few of these values, and I think I figured out what I screwed up already, since, but this is the beginning of this whole thing. I should make an old position vector right here. So vector, I will tell you a bit what was the problem as soon as I make this work. So old position, and this old position will be equal to the new position. Okay, and after we did the whole collision detection thing, here we do is actually if the old position dot y, old pos dot y, so if the old position y was less than the new position, then we are on the ground. The problem was in the original that the new position was the same as the get location, because so whenever we get the location we were on the ground, it was like 1.2 minus 1.2, right? And then we added this direction later on, so we added the gravity and we checked according to this. So it was, for example, minus 1.8 when we added the gravity, and then it obviously go back upward because of our algorithm. So we compared the same values actually. So I hope you understand what I said, because I don't think that I say it pretty good, but actually we have to test if it is actually work now. So let's just start up, and I believe it should work. Okay, wait a bit. Okay, here I am, and press space. That was a big jump. I can't even see the level. So we don't need 500. Let's try with 1. Okay, let's try with 5 rather than 1, and let's see how high we go up when we jumping. So compile, run, and I put it in the screen because sometimes I forget that. Okay, that's a bit too high. So let's try 2. Okay, compile, run. That's why we needed this simple model, so we can do this compile, run, and it's quickly running. And okay, here it is. Jump, still a bit high, I believe. And if I pressing space in the air, it is actually not jumping, so that's working correctly. Try 1. Okay, so compiling, waiting. Okay, here we go. So jump, that's about a jump. I know it's a bit quick. I hope that it will be less quick, but I think it's alright. Maybe we should do like 1.4. Okay, so compile, run, and again do the same thing to see if it is actually work or not. Okay, so jump, that's okay. I think that's okay. So the next thing is sprinting. We already have a boolean value called isPrinting, but we don't have anything implemented yet. So let's make two functions, void set sprint, right, and one more, void stop sprint. Okay, and we have an energy variable, if I remember correctly. Yes, we have this. We will need that. Okay, so let's try to implement these two functions. As I say again, I will improvise because I don't have anything right here to tell me what to do. Okay, so I will call the set sprint function whenever I press the shift key on the keyboard, and the stop sprint function whenever I release the shift key. So whenever we first have to actually determine if we are actually sprinting, if we are actually have energy enough to sprint. So if this energy variable is higher than I don't know, 1.0, then we are allowed to sprint. So actually make it 2. So 2. Then we actually make is sprint or is sprinting or something, is sprinting equals to true. Oh damn it, true. So we are sprinting, and okay, so we are sprinting in that case. This is our variable name. No, is sprint, not is sprinting. Is sprint equals to true. And let's modify the camera so the move velocity will be higher. So cam dot oh damn it, so I find the camera.h header file, and set speed. Okay, so we set the camera speed. Obviously we want to move quicker. Set speed, and our speed should be, did we get any variable for sprint speed or something like that? Yeah, we have a sprint speed right here. Sprint speed, sprint speed. Okay, so we have a variable for sprinting speed. Okay, oh, not here. For the move velocity, and the look velocity should be the same. So I will move velocity and the mouse velocity, so how much rotation does the mouse movement does, it should be the same. So I use this getter function, get mouse velocity, right? Okay, so cam dot get mouse velocity, which is basically just setting back. Else, if we cannot move, then if we cannot sprint, then is sprinting equal to false. Yeah, is sprint again. Right, so this was simple. Okay, the stop sprint is pretty much just is sprint equal to false, and set back the camera speed to the original. We don't need any check here. So the original is the normal speed, maybe, if I know my naming conventions well. Let me see. Yep, normal speed. Okay, we just set it back and everything is perfect so far. Okay, and in the update function, this is it. Here down, if we are sprinting, so is sprint. If we are sprinting, then energy minus equal, oh, I don't know, 0.5. As if we are not sprinting, then the energy plus equal 0.05. So if we are not sprinting, then the energy will slowly increasing. If we are sprinting, then the energy will rapidly decreasing, right? Okay, and here another check, if is sprint. So if we are sprinting and the energy is less than, I don't know, so less or equal than 0, then actually we said stop the sprinting. So stop sprint. So we call the function we just wrote down here, so stop sprint. Okay, so I go back to the game.cpp, and if the SDLK, how does it called, shift is down, does it have a name? I think that this is L shift, like left shift. I might be wrong about this one. So then player 1 set sprint, and break it out from here. And if it is released, so case do I have a SDL key up? I don't think so. I think I don't have it, so I add another case. So case SDL key up, so if the key is released, and switch event.key.keysim.sim, so we determine which key is released, and if it is the left shift, so L shift, okay, then player 1 stop sprint and break it out from here. And actually one more thing, I want to check if our sprinting speed in the player, wherever we created the player somewhere, is actually bigger than our normal speed. So go to wherever, yeah, here we are. So this is the normal speed, right? No, it's not bigger, so set it to 0.5. That will be our sprinting speed. Okay, let's try it. Alright, waiting. There we go. Run it, and okay, apparently moving too quick, so this wasn't the sprinting speed, obviously. So let's get back to the constructor and check if this is normal speed, look speed, sprint speed. Yes, the first one was the sprint speed, so go back to 0.2, and this one is the sprint speed according to the constructor, as you have seen. Okay, so compiling, running. There we go. Okay, now this is the normal moving velocity. Move forward, and let me press the shift key now. Okay, for a short amount of time I moved quicker, definitely. So 1, 2, 3 now. Okay, I'm moving quicker, and obviously we need more energy. So in the player.cpp, set the energy to 50. We need more energy. Okay, and actually one more thing I just realized, that we should if the energy is 50, so else make it if energy is less than 50, then we just add 0.05, right? So we don't want that someone has 1 million energy. We want to have a threshold for that, or what does it called? So not go up to infinity, basically. Okay, so here I move slowly. Oh, perfect. I think it's worked pretty well. So moving slow, moving quick, and I tired, so I stopped. And yeah, like a dream. Okay, the next one, which is actually not implemented in the original FPS version either, is that whenever I'm moving, I move the head up and down slowly, so you can see that we are moving, right? So actually I think we should make a boolean for that, and it's called isKey down, or isMoving is even better, isMoving. So isMoving will be true whenever we are moved in this frame. So when we create the player, isMoving equal to false. We are not moving yet, right? So now in the update, I delete this one. Okay, so now in the update, or not in the update, wherever in the camera. Oh, that could be a problem, I just realized. Okay, we have to make a boolean value right here in the camera, and called isMoved, which will be true if the camera is moved, and false if the camera did not move. So in the constructor, all of the constructors set the isMoved equal to false, because we are not moved when the camera is created. And now if any of this if is true, then we are moved. So isMoved equals to true. First of all, let's make isMoved equal to false right here before I check the keys. And if any of the key is down, I check the isMoved, make the isMoved equal to true, right? So this is quite simple and straightforward. Okay, let me write it here as well. So, and if any of the key is pressed, then we moved, and if none of the key is pressed, then the is moved remains false. Okay, and actually I make a getter function for that as well. So bool is moved, and this one will just return the is moved variable with not capitalized M, right? Yeah, right. Okay, so in the bottom I just create a bool camera and is moved. Oh, the bool is copied as well. Is moved, and just return with the is moved. Okay, and here in the player.h file I remove the is moving variable. Now it's not needed, and actually I create an integer. So int I don't know what should I call it, head position I said, and at default make this to 0 or something, right? So go back to the player constructor and head position equals to 0. Oh, and remove the is moving because it will cause problem because we removed that. So the head position is 0. Now in the update function, right here under this one, if camera dot is moved, so if the player moved, and actually you know what, continuously so if the player moved, then first go upwards. So if, oh, we need another boolean, right? So bool up, bool head up. Okay, it doesn't matter what it as default. So if head up is true, then we move the head upward. So head position plus equal, I don't know, 5. And if this head position is greater or equal than, I don't know, just get a number 50, for example, any number could be okay. Let's make it 1. So 50, then head up equal to not head up. Okay, so basically we said we move the head upward first, then if the head is at its maximum, then we set it to false. Maybe it's better if I do this way, else exactly I do the opposite. So then we decrease, so minus equal 1, and if head position is less than or equal than minus 50, right, then the head up equal to false. So first of all we move the head up, then we move it down. Oh, correct. And now if the camera is moved, then I actually move the then I actually change the camera. So what is it called? Look at, maybe, yeah, look at. So cam dot look at, and the first position for the look at is the pitch, which I should actually change. So cam dot get pitch, we get the old one, and actually add the float head position divided by, I don't know, 20, just guessing numbers, so don't believe that I know what I am doing at this moment. And the second is the get, you know, but I can tell. Okay, and here we go. Let's check it out. I'm really curious about that. I haven't done this thing yet. Okay, head position was not declared. That's what the error message said, because I capitalized the P, head position. Perfect. Compile. Okay, it's still compiling. Right, it's compiled, so let's check it out. So here is it, and try to move. Uh-oh, that could be bad. Oh, that could be bad. We divided by a bigger number, like 100 or 1000 or something, so we don't want to go upward to completely to the skies. We just want a little bit of moving. Okay, and now check it out. So go backward, Now it's not enough quick and it has no enough effect, so let's add 5. 5 should be okay. This means that 10 frames every up and down, right? Let's see if it seems to okay, 10. So now 5 frames up and 5 frames down, and I divide it by 100, so not that big number. So as you can see, there's trial and error, so nothing really mathematical going on right here, just trying out different numbers. So oh, it's way too big, way too big. Let's try it with 700. Okay, compile and run as we usually do. As I said, I don't have anything yet. I haven't implemented this function yet. So here we go. And try to move down. Why is it moving down so much? It shouldn't move down so much. So let's just write out in the camera class, which is the new pitch. So let's just write out this pitch. I'm not sure why it's moving so much. So std : it shouldn't actually, because 50 divided by what was it, 700, that's a very small number actually. That's the same as 5 divided by 70, which is actually less than 1 degree, and it's moving like 90. So 12 minus, there is something definitely going on here. I get the number 90, which is, oh, I think I know what's going on here. Let's try with a bigger number. So 1500. That should be enough. Maybe not. Maybe we could move the camera up and down instead of doing a rotation thing. So here I am. Go back, down, down, down. Why does it go so much down? I don't get it. This head position is not working correctly. Head up, and oh, the head up is false in here as well, so it should be true. That's what I screwed up. The head position is true, so it should go upward again. Okay, it was pretty obvious error actually. It's weird that I didn't see it. Okay, so up, and okay, now it's too much, this one, so this number, like, just make it 500, and again, just trial and error. So compile, run, here it is, go back. I think it's quite good. Actually, we just need to decrease this to 300, a little bit more. And actually we could do that is get the is sprinting, and if we are sprinting then we are getting more, so more up and down movement. That would be cool. So move. Yeah, it's quite good actually. I like this already. So make it 150. Okay, this little boolean problem caused so much trouble. Run. Here we go. So move. Oh, perfect, and now I multiply this 150. Actually I subtract from this 150 is sprint times 100. So if we are sprinting, then instead of 150 division, I divide it with just 50, so it will be cool. So let me try that. So if we are sprinting, then we get more head movement, right? I think so. So here I am, and if I normally move, I get the normal. And now if I sprinting, oh, perfect. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much conclude this tutorial. I did everything I planned for player. We have sprinting, we have walking thingy, and we have jumping. So thanks for watching and have a great day.